So on the initial first draw, getting like a dark chocolate, a little bit of leathery notes. Today I'm smoking the CAO VR moby cigar, which is a Maduro. You think of darker and heavier, but right off the bat you get a nice, flavorful, peppery spice. This is a very good and well-made cigar. As you can see, the ash is pretty nice. As getting into it, I have not yet ashed. So I will catch up with you guys in the next third. Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm 10 minutes in now. The pepper that you're getting right off the bat, that is pretty much gone. It's mellowed out very much. You start getting some sweet, some nice leathery notes. This is a 6x50 cigar, so this is probably a 45-minute if you're a faster smoker, but if you're a slower smoker, this is probably an hour smoke for you. It was different and interesting because, you think of a Maduro, you think it's going to be strong, considering that this is a full body, but it's really smoothed out and become nice leather, getting some smoothness in there. It's, like I said, this is a very wonderful cigar, and if you do not have one of these in your humidor or you have not yet smoked one, I would definitely give one of these a try. If you are not a full-bodied smoker, this is probably a full body that you can handle and be able to smoke, considering that you only get the peppery notes, the real hard bold spice for probably about first 5 or 6 puffs, and then after that it smooths right out and it's came into a nice wonderful cigar. As you can see, I've still not ashed yet and I'm 10 minutes in. Let's see how far I can get before this falls off. I will check with you back in another 10 minutes. Alright guys, I'm back with you. As you can see, the ash did fall off. Fell off probably 3 or 4 puffs after I turned the video off at the 10-minute mark. As you can see here, I did this on purpose, but you can see how the one side is starting to get away on me. Well, there's a couple options that you can do. You can either choose to relight the portion that is burning slower, or you can also wet your finger, and on the part that is starting to run, if you just run your finger right across there, it will slow it down so that the rest of it will catch up. So that's a tip. Some people have been smoking for years and don't know it. Some people have been smoking for a couple of days and don't know it. That's a good tip for them to learn. I will be doing more cigar reviews hopefully in the future. If there's a cigar that you have that you'd like a review on, please leave me a comment below, and I'll be sure to do my best to get that on the review segment that we have coming up in the next couple of cigars. Now, I think that cigars are made to be smoked whenever you feel like it. There's a cigar out there for every single occasion. If you have an occasion that you'd like to go to and smoke a cigar at, and don't know what should be smoking during that occasion, please shoot me a comment below, and I'll give you a couple cigars to choose from that should be able to go well with either your breakfast that you're having, a nice steak dinner, maybe some lobster, or if you're going to start drinking some wine. Myself, I'm a big bourbon and whiskey drinker, so there will be in the future coming up, I will start doing cigars with bourbon and whiskey pairings, so that when you're hanging out with your guys or your girl and you want to have a drink and smoke a nice cigar to go with it, let's find something that will give it to you, that will complement the cigar instead of clash with the whiskey or bourbon that you're having, because cigars can complement and at the same time they can also clash very well, which makes the bourbon that you love or enjoy not taste very well, or the cigar that you love and enjoy not taste very well with certain drinks. So, without further ado, here's where we're at, and I will catch up with you in the next 10 minutes to see where we're at and what it's like. So currently right now, before I cut out the video, this has, yes, it has still continued to smooth out. It's got a nice structure. It's holding together very well. It's got a nice deep vein that you can see right here, which I love. It is smooth. It is not a typical full-bodied Maduro, I think of. You know, got a lot of bold flavors the whole time you're smoking it. Palate overload. This is very nice. This would go probably very good with a nice steak. You know, maybe doing like a nice prime rib. I think that this would go with some garlic mashed potatoes. But yeah, so I will check back with you in the next 10 minutes. So, cigars are very relaxing. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyment. There's many other things out there that are relaxing and that can give you joy. Why did I choose cigars to give me that? Well, for one, I like smoking them. I enjoy smoking them. But two, is that there's limited rules in cigar smoking. You can hold it this way, you can hold it this way, you can hold it this way. You can hold the cigar however you choose to hold the cigar. The only rule you need to know is that this is the head. You do not light it. It has a cap on it which you cut off, and there's multiple choices that you can use for a cutter. You can use a straight cut, you can use a V cut, or you can use a punch. You know that this is the foot of the cigar, and that the foot of the cigar is lit. And other than that, there's not a whole lot of rules. I mean, as specifically we get farther in, we can talk about some more stuff. But, you know, you can take 8 or 9 puffs from a cigar and be done with it. Or you can smoke it down till there's nothing left of it. It's all relaxation and enjoyment for yourself. You decide when you're done smoking it. You decide how long you're going to smoke it for. If you're going to smoke the whole thing, a quarter of it, a third of it, 2/3 of it, or whichever. You can be outside, you can be indoors if you can safely do it, so that you don't fumigate the rest of the house with your cigar smoke. There is ways to be able to get the fumigation out of the house, get the smoke out, which we can discuss in later videos. I do have a garage that I smoke in, which I've converted into a bar, which has fans in the ceiling that be able to take the air up, which then will take the air out of the gable vents that I have with fans in there. So you can get 4 or 5 smokers in there, and it does not get smoky, and people that walk in, you know, you can't even really tell that we've been smoking because it doesn't really smell smoky other than you can see us smoking cigars. So I will show you those as well. But today we're outside on this nice day. Hey guys, how's it going? So we are almost to the end of this cigar here. It's only got probably a couple puffs left. But one thing I do want to mention is that whenever you're done smoking a cigar, what I want you to do is just, you don't go ahead and just tap it out and just dab it out in the ashtray. So what you do is you're going to take your cigar, you're going to put it on your ashtray, and you're just going to leave it there and let it die. Do not put it out. Do not dab it in the ashtray. Do not flick it. Do not rub it on the ground. It will then, if you're inside of a lounge or you're smoking inside with other people, when you put it out like that, it does give off a bad scent, which then ruins the cigar aromas in the air for the rest of the people that are around you. So just be mindful of that. If this is your first time smoking or you're very new at smoking, that's how you're supposed to put out a cigar. You just let it rest and it'll go out by itself. So guys, I enjoy it. Thank you for watching the video. Like I said, please comment below if there's other cigars you'd like to see me review. If you have pairing questions, please feel free to ask, and I will give you what my options are. Obviously, everybody's taste buds are different, so what I think might be great for me and taste good for me might not be the same for you. So it's really all based on my palate, and I can at least guide you in the right direction to give you stuff, give you some helpful information. So if you got any questions, I'll see you in the comments, guys. Have a good one.